Hello, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast today. My name is Dr. Chidi Mayanwo. I am from Enugu State, an indigene of Enugu State, and I want to welcome everybody, whether you're from Enugu State or you're from outside Enugu State, or you live in Enugu State, you're interested in Enugu State politics. I welcome all of you. Today is a day we're going to continue talking about what's going on in Enugu State. But let me pause and thank all our subscribers, all our supporters, all our viewers. I just make you guys not feel bad because a lot of you are subscribed to our channel because of several other topics that we deal with. We were dealing with the Nigerian politics from a federal level, from a national level. But you know, as they say, charity begins at home and politics is local. So I have now come down to my state, Enugu State, to analyze what's going on there, to participate in the politics there, because there is no way you can, it's irresponsible of you if you don't participate in the choosing of the people that will govern your area. If you don't participate, if you don't lend your voice, if you don't act in any way to help the process, then you have no reason to complain. That's why so many years back, I ran for governorship of Enugu State. I didn't make it. My party, the African Action Congress, incidentally, this year we gave our ticket to the wrong person who was just somebody who was just, I don't know what to call him. Yesterday people said mellow down, but you see what he did was almost close to, it's just a sabotage that he tried to do on the party. It was just a businessman. I don't know what, he had no business touching the AAC governorship ticket. And that's why you don't see AAC participating. His name is still on the ballot, yeah, but as a party, we already sacked him in December. So right now, the candidates that we have who we consider as very frontline, although you don't like using it, but it is what it is. The front line candidates in the politics of Enugu State right now still remain the APC candidates Uche Nnaji and the Labour Party candidates Chijioke Edoga, the PDP candidates Peter Mba, and the APGA candidates Frank Mweke Jr. These are the front runners, as it were, in Enugu politics. So if everything goes well, if the elections are conducted free and fair, which sometimes is wishful thinking in Nigeria, then one of these men hopefully becomes the governor. But that is not to say that any of the other ones who are not the front runners do not have a chance of making it. They also have a chance of making it, and they are welcome anytime. You see, there are 18 candidates, but I know a lot of them have also gone on the air to announce that, oh, they are stepping down for this person, they're stepping down for the other person. So that also comes into play in Enugu politics. But we want to keep looking at Enugu politics. Two places that we're particularly interested in are Enugu and Lagos State. The Lagos State has been very volatile for obvious reasons because mischief makers are having a field day there in Lagos. But in Enugu too, the dynamics of the politics of Enugu has changed. In the past, if the governor of Enugu State or the party, which was PDP, the ruling party, for so many years, if they signed off on you, that was it. It was an automatic ticket to the governorship of Enugu State. But now, a lot of things have changed with the emergence of so many other parties. The ruling party, the PDP, is under immense pressure, and it makes the politics of Enugu very, very interesting. It makes it very, very unpredictable. Okay, we're also analyzing the fact that everything seems to revolve around the person of Chimaroke Nnamani and the Ebano family or the Ebano dynasty, which seemingly has produced a lot of past governors who are directly or indirectly affiliated to all these four frontline candidates. So people judge who is the best candidate for 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 the governorship position in the Enugu state by your proximity to um, Chimaroke Nnamani. That is quite interesting, and it has created a situation where a lot of people they like to deny their relationship with Nnamani, or they like when Peter was denying Jesus, they like to deny their closeness to Nnamani, or they also want to advertise, or or they want to advertise their or promote their newfound alliances, all in a bid to distance themselves from the existing status quo. These are things that we want to look at. We want to invite people into the studio because we're going to be running this constantly until we get to the election day. Um, we're going to invite people to come into the studio. There's a studio link there. If you click on that studio link, you'll be able to come into the studio and air your opinion. We invited those forerunners candidates yesterday to the people's interview, the Enugu State People Town Hall meeting, and none of them showed up, but it's not about them, it's about the people. The people spoke yesterday in several ways through several people, and their stand was very clear. I hope the candidates will go back and look at the comments in our comment section if they are still there, or maybe we lost them after the live. But play those videos, you hear people calling in, you hear the sentiments they're expressing. That is the reality. That's the reality of things. I seem to have someone in the studio already. I'm going to bring them in as soon as they are done with setting up their system. Let me also put a calling number, 647-989-2837. And I encourage you to call. I encourage you to call, make a call. I encourage you to click on the studio link and come into the studio and defend, promote your preferred candidate. If you don't do so, other people will take that opportunity. And don't take for granted. That's where some people are making a big mistake. But some people are taking for granted the power of social media or the power of the new media. That is the worst mistake you can make now. I remember some time ago when Shore was being interviewed, and someone said, "Why don't you go around and do rallies and all that?" And this person belonged to a newspaper company, and he asked the person, "I know you started with print, your print media organization," and they asked him, "How many newspapers do you sell in a day? Physical copies of your paper?" The person gave an estimate, and now asked the person, how many clicks do you get online? How many people read your publication online? And the person just stopped there because he knew that the difference between the people reading their online newspaper was far greater than those that read the physical newspaper. What does that tell you? It tells you that a lot of the interaction these days happens online. So you shouldn't take it for granted at all. Don't take it for granted. Make sure that you take online interactions very, very seriously. We lost the person that was in the studio. I hope his intention was to come in, but the number is there. The The number to call in is there. The link to come into the studio is there. And we will also take our time, like I normally do. I'm going to take our time to share this video, and hopefully people will come in. One thing I've also noticed that people are also afraid of putting themselves out there, and that is that's very, very wrong, but very telling of the situation back home. A lot of people cannot just come and express how they feel, even with all the sentiments that are going on inside Enugu State. You know, it's funny, on a national level, in places like Lagos, you find tribe at the center of one of the issues that is driving the narrative in Lagos. Is Igbo people against Yoruba people. That's what you hear in Lagos. But then you think it's only happening in Lagos. When you now come amongst the Igbo people in Igbo land itself, there is still all those differences. Zero into Enugu State, you still find these things cropping up where people are saying, oh, it's in Soka zone, is Enugu, North, Enugu East, Enugu West, Enugu anything. Come on. And then you come inside the Enugu senatorial zone. They say, oh, it's in Kano East, in Kano West. Oh, that person is zoned to this. And you hear issues on Soka. How it is just very, very, very mind-boggling. You know, people will always, even inside, you come inside in Kano, there's Udenibo, and it's just all kinds of things. So it's not something that we cannot talk about, and I'm expecting that people will be able to step up and tell me what their opinion is. We cannot stick our heads inside the sand like ostriches and refuse to talk. I have someone in the studio. If they put on their camera, I'll be able to bring them on. And I expect those of you who are listening to me right now, just do me a favor, share the video. Just take the video and share it out there so that we can have a lot of people joining us. Can you put on your camera in the studio so I can bring you on? If you can hear me, just put on your camera so I can bring you on. But for those of you who are in the comment section, you can please, those of you who are listening, I'm sharing, you can see my phone, I'm sharing it as I speak to you. So do me a favor and also share it. People don't know these things except when we share them. I think the internet of the person I was trying to come in, his internet is having problems. Share this video, share this video, share this broadcast so that people will know that we are live and they can join. It's 5, I'm sure it's 6, no, it's 5:15 p.m. in Nigeria now. So people are just getting back from work. I know in the next 45 minutes, 30 minutes, people will start to log in. So please, let's share the video. I'm going to share the video now. Let me go to Facebook. If you know any groups where Enugu State people are, please go post this video. I have a lot of other places that I know, a lot of other places I can go and talk about them, but this is very important to me. It is extremely important to me that it's important to me that that I dwell into Enugu State politics, because I'm from Enugu State and I'm a stakeholder. believe you me, that's the way I see myself. I see myself as a stakeholder, and if you just have to contribute your own quota. My duty now is to bring these people forward, interrogate them directly and indirectly, so that we'll be able to choose the best person for Enugu State. Enugu State has become so mediocre, it is appalling. If you lived in Enugu State in the 70s and in the 80s, I keep telling you, you will throw up when you see what Enugu has become. I'm telling you, Enugu has fallen down so much. Enugu, when we were in the University of Nigeria, in Enugu campus and Nsukka campus, like the way we used to carry ourselves, we were so proud and so confident. Enugu was the place you came to learn how to do guy. And people who don't live in Enugu, right now you're trying to kill me. I'm telling you, Enugu was the place you came to learn fashion. Enugu was the center of music in Nigeria. I'm not kidding. Even people, you don't have to be an Igbo person to make it in Enugu. Enugu was where music, call the artists for me. All of them have passed through Enugu. From Sonny Okosun to Jidobi, Felix Liberty, Chris Okotie. I'm telling you, like far back musicians. Flavor, Techno, all these people pass through man, 042. Enugu was the place to be. Enugu was bubbling. The Enugu, have you seen Enugu people dress up? Have you gone to IMT? Look at trade fair, the first trade fair anywhere was in Enugu. I'm telling first Enugu International Trade Fair. I was in that trade fair, Polo Park. Remember Polo Park? Kai. Remember Ikenga Hotel? All those fantastic places. Everything just fizzled away. Enugu, that was, the first university, the first state-owned university, as the old Anambra, because it's still the continuation of the old Anambra before they split Anambra into two. Somebody says Ogo axis should be carried along by any of the incoming governors. So this is the kind of things that I want to see us discuss. Guys, I need you to come into the studio. Yeah, Sims, hello, I see you. Welcome, Sims. Welcome all the people that are making comments. Okafor, Christian, Nemesis TV, thank you so much. Man, just discussing Enugu is very nostalgic, but we lost a lot of those things. Enugu used to be very clean. Okpara Avenue, Zix Avenue. Come during Christmas. Enugu was the place I'm talking about social life, young people. Enugu was the place to be. But see how, hey, Okech, my man. Thank you so much, Okech. Enugu was the place to be. Enugu was peaceful. You came to Enugu to be civil, to be responsible. If you spoke bad English in Enugu, people will correct you. Because Enugu was the New York of Eastern Nigeria. Everything was like water. Tap water was running. Inside your yard. Let me use that. If the tap water stopped running, you went down the street, there was the public pump. You went there and you got water. Enugu was civilized. The only place you found hold up was Abani Road and yes, those axes. Otherwise, everything was just not expensive living. You could survive with little money in Enugu. It was a civil service town. Everybody conducted themselves well. Schools were thriving. Primary schools, schools that were highly rated. A-class schools like Transekulu Primary School. Government schools, so I'm not talking about private schools. Government schools. Private institutions did not even survive in Enugu because the government was in charge. You went into GRA. GRA was calm, quiet. You went to plug mango in GRA. Yes. Call him, please. We need to take Enugu back, and we need to make sure that we hold the people coming in accountable. Now everything is so run down. 2837. They'll be celebrating one. They'll say, they put what do you call it? They put traffic lights. Say, they put traffic light around IMT. Everybody will be jumping up. What are you talking about? They put traffic lights and everybody jumping up. Are you kidding me? After how many years? No, now. Yes, okay, said I wanted to go to New Heaven. New Heaven. When you went to New Heaven was Dubai. Now you went to New Heaven. It was Dubai. Then they now came up with Upper Chime Avenue. Or Transekulu. Remember, he went to Transekulu. Oh man, they just messed up Enugu. Even Eva Valley with the topography of Eva Valley. When you're just passing on the express, those were nostalgic things. They just messed up the whole place. Everything is messed up. Everything is run down. So much insecurity. All of these things are not right. Honestly. And that's why we must take back Enugu. We must. And for me, I want to play the role of an umpire, or what role self. I just want to be there to make sure that I help us choose the right person. I'm not going to take sides. You won't hear me support any particular candidates. No, not on this show. None of them are from my political party. I'm not standing on the fence. You know that very well. I have a political party. It's called African Action Congress. We're not participating in the Enugu State politics, even though our name is on the ballot, but we're not participating because we had a useless person pick up our ticket, and we sacked him in December. So whatever he's doing now is on his own, just looking for someone to collect money from. But these are the kind of politics that we don't want. We don't want to see that in Enugu. We don't. We want to make sure that whoever comes is somebody who is smart. We don't want to have, again, somebody that will be telling you how he can eat food. He knows how to eat food very well. And I don't want us to choose on the basis of, this person is from this area, this person is from that area. Politicians will always find something to sway you to their side. Either they say, it's been zoned to our own zone, or it's been zoned to our own people, or the person is scattered. If it's some place that you have Muslim and Christian issues, agenda on the table, they'll say, he's either a Christian or he's a Muslim. When you now come to a place where it's predominantly Christian, they say, it's Roman Catholic. It's not Anglican. When you come inside Roman Catholic now, they'll say, he's of that, which one and that one. He's not charismatic. It's so wonderful. When you now come to people of the same area in Enugu State, then they begin to say, he's not from our side. He's not this way. So Denibo is not to Denibo. It's Obiarabia, Akise, Akishi. All those kind of things. They will continue They will pieces, even if it comes to your village, they will say that somebody from your side of village came before, so the other person has to go. If it comes from, if it comes down to your own compound, they will tell you how two women are married to one man, and it was the son of the other woman that went first, so the other one should go. There will always be a reason for politicians to make you vote for them. But you can't fall for those tricks. You can't fall for those tricks. We're going to have to scrutinize these people. We're going to talk about them. So many discussions are going on everywhere online, on Twitter, on Facebook. Today is Tuesday. In a couple of days, they will be going to the polls again on Saturday. Hopefully, it will hold this time around. But it's not going to be business as usual. They will have to talk about their manifesto. They will talk about the plans they have for the people, and then they will give people an opportunity to query them. Whether they appear here live or we query them by what people say, they will get to hear it. Trust me, they monitor these things. As we speak right now, because I'm having a program on them, they are monitoring it. If they're not monitoring it, their aide, their media aide, their campaign manager, secretary, somebody is monitoring this, so they will get to tell them. If somebody brings an accusation, on any of these candidates, somebody will take the message back to them and say, look, this is what they accused you of. What do you have to say? If they don't think it is important that they say anything, and the thing now snowballs into something that affects their candidacy, now them cause them now. Nobody did it to them. But honestly, I want us to call in. The number is there. The number to call +1 647 989 2837. You can call on WhatsApp. You can call directly so that we can have this chat. I want us to keep talking about Enugu State. And you don't have to be shy. Come on. Okay, you don't have to tell me your name. I would prefer you tell me your name and where you're calling from, but it doesn't matter. If you don't want to appear with your name, that's fine. If you don't want to appear with your video, that's also fine. But I need us to discuss these issues so that we can take some messages back to the people who want to come and become our leaders. So let's keep also share. Those of you that just came in now, I welcome you. I've posted, if you scroll, you'll be able to see what I posted. You can use those, you see this one? You can use this to come into the studio. That's the StreamYard link. You can use it to come to the studio. And you can also call on the phone. This is the number to call. Okay, I'll keep it here. You can call on this number if you just come in, and you can air your view on what you see happening in Enugu State. Enugu State is a beautiful place. When I was running for governorship of Enugu State, I always told them I never understood. I can't understand why there will not be water running in Enugu after so many years. It has not been possible for me to explain it. Why we can't have water running in Enugu? No way, it's not possible. It is not possible. Just from 9th Mile, 10 kilometers away from Enugu, because they say the water level in Enugu is so low, like the water is so deep in the ground in Enugu metropolis that it is difficult to get water out of the ground. But a lot has happened since then. Technology has changed, so there are things that couldn't be done before that can be done right now. So there is no reason why those things are not happening. There's no reason why we can't take advantage of those technologies. Also, if you have the will, you can do so many things. You can transport water from 9 Mile to Enugu just by gravity, by ordinary gravity. Send the water up and let it come into Enugu just by gravity, and you can have. Remember, there's also a tank. There's also a tank. Thank you, Wisdom Frank. Thank you very much. Remember, there's also a tank that they built around on your way to the airport. Okay, I have a call coming in. Hello, caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, hello, Dr. Chidi. My name is Christian Okafor.
Hello, Christian. Thank you for calling again. Yes, thank you, Christian.
Yeah, I'm calling from Switzerland.
Go ahead, Christian.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. I've been following you. You know, I'm one of your ardent followers.
Thank you.
You know. You see, Nigeria is Nigeria is a terrible place. You know, but I hope and I believe we're going to get it right this time around with the Labour Party, because up till now, I lost hope about Nigeria. It is because of the coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I picked up hope a little bit because I understand everything that is going on there. I've lived here so long, and I've come to realize that we have a very fundamental problem in Nigeria. You know, so any other thing, all what they've been doing since is just like scratching at the surface, you know. But when P2B came out, he's a man of integrity, and integrity is a good man, and we were hoping to get it right with these stupid beavers. A lot of people, I encourage a lot of people, because to be truthful, I've given up on Nigeria, really. I left there in 1991, you know. So being here so long, having adult kids, getting a little bit older, you start thinking about home. But which home? Because I'm from Ogu Senatorial zone or something like that. Sure. You know, but our senator has been Ike Gudemadu. He has been there for 20 years. There is nothing in my village. There is no light, no water, no road. So, and I came to realize that in Enugu State, it is between the Nsukka axis and the Kano axis that has been passing Enugu from one. It's like batting. You pass, give me, after 8 years. If I will finish, you pass, give the other person. So the whole Ogu Senatorial district has been abandoned. There is nothing going on there. And the last time I was in Enugu, that's about 10 years ago, I was everywhere were dilapidated. So anybody that is trying to contest for the gubernatorial election now must promise the people, must come with a manifesto. What are they offering? What are they offering? Because there is no hope there. There is absolutely no hope in Enugu, because I know how many people, and that is in my payroll every month. There is no job, no future, nothing. There's nothing going on there. So Peter Obi gave me that little hope to just hope, so okay, we'll get it right this time with beavers. But Nigeria is a terrible place, because Nigeria, my brother.
I feel you, my brother. You see, that's why when I ran for governorship in those days,
I followed you.
I didn't run based on this, and it was interesting, because everybody was hoping that I'll have to come out of PDP or APC. It was just PDP and APC. You just had to come out of one of the two. So it was shocking to them when I came out of AAC. You know, when I was visiting some of the stakeholders, when they asked me my party, and I would tell them it's AAC, they were all sure. So why are you not in PDP or APC? And I tried to explain to them, I think it was Jim Mobu that I was talking with. I tried to explain, I said, Uncle, these parties, they won't be solving, they won't be meeting the needs of our generation very soon. These parties are going to extinct. They didn't believe what I was saying. But you see, my ideology was different. It was
I know.
It was based on issues. It was, can you see, this thing you're talking about Enugu being finished is totally finished, because the only things that the past governors ever did, it was always about, I'm from here, it's the turn of our people. Let me tell you what happens. Let me tell you what happens in Enugu now. They will say, when Sullivan was there, what did he do? When Chimaroke was there, what did he do? When if somebody from Nsukka side goes in, he will face Nsukka side. So the Ogu people, the Enugu people, everybody, you will have to wait for the person to do 8 years. So watch now. If there's a project, if there's a bridge that your people need to be done, they just need like maybe a culvert, concrete. The money it will use to make a bridge to cross that stream in your village so that people can drive to the other side, that money is not up to what you will use to build a one-story house. But your people will have to wait 8 years because the person ruling is not from your area. Now, after the 8 years, it will now go to another area that is not your area. Do you understand? Then the person will now rule another 8 years. That is 16 years before it now comes to your own side. When it now comes to your own side, and they now say, no, it's people from the east part of your side, not the people from the west. You're from the west. So you will now have to wait for that person from the east to rule another 8 years. 8 times 3 is 24 years. Now, remember, because it was not somebody from your side, it will now go over to the other people again. So maybe you have to wait 48 years. You see why that system never works?
It never works, my brother.
You see why it never works? But if somebody was to come and say, I am for Enugu State, and do you know the beautiful thing that they fail to realize? There is it depends on how you manage your resources. A big man, a rich, a wealthy man, it's not the man that has the most money, but the man who is able to manage whatever money he has. So if you came to Enugu State and you took the resources of Enugu State and you now said, let us look at what is the needs of all the people in Enugu State. Every time I talk about water in Enugu, people will say, they will say, oh, you're talking about Enugu Metropolis. You're talking about Enugu Metropolis. But don't you get it? The capital city is the capital, much like, it's just like what's happening in Lagos. Somebody will say, because I'm not from Enugu city, Enugu town, you will not develop the capital. How would your economy be boosted now? It will not be boosted. But if you develop the center, then when you make money from that purse, development is now taken to every other part of Enugu. Remember that inside that Enugu town, everybody from every part of Enugu is living there, is having business going on there.
Yes.
And you will now choose in developing something like agriculture and so many resources. There is something that each zone or each area in Enugu, there's something they can provide. Just pick up a project and do there to give people jobs.
Yes.
Let me tell you something that happened to me when some time ago when I traveled to China. I went from one province to another province. We decided to go by bus. My host, the people that it was business I went to do. I went to look at tractors, equipment.
Okay.
And they said, they said we're going to go to another city, but we're going to travel by road. I said, fine. It was going to be a 3 hours journey. Do you know what I noticed? From the beginning of that journey to the end.
I can let me guess what you noticed. Settlement. Settlement.
Not only settlement, the middle of the expressway that we were running on, it had flowers. They put flower, beautiful flower from the beginning. This is express road, though. Express, like Enugu Governorship express road. They had flower, not just this kind of flower that you just green. No, flowers that had beautiful flowers. Guess what? There were elderly men. There were people from village to village attending to these flowers for the whole of that 3 hours journey. You know how many kilometers? So when I asked the person, I said, why, this is China, you are sophisticated. Why didn't they have sprinklers installed in those things so that they can sprinkle it? Yeah. He said, no. That was the government's way of keeping the people employed and busy and working. So the part of the express that passes through every settlement or every community, they employ people from that community to be maintaining those flowers, and they pay them. They maintain the portion of the road in their own place. They sweep it. They come and see. It was just very interesting. You can have people. It just depends on who is there, who has the wisdom to do what is necessary.
Yes.
You know, it's so annoying. This Ogu that you're talking about. The other time when we went to campaign in Ogu, when I took a car, I took my campaign vehicle up that hill towards the NYSC camp.
Orientation camp.
Oh my God, the kind of view from that area, the scene. I said, look at this kind of place that we have. It should be developed into a tourist attraction. You understand? People will pay to come to that kind of place, but nobody cares.
I do, because my people, because most of them, they are farmers. You know, they are into agriculture.
Yeah.
They're into because we have a natural hilly side. You know, my people they grow pineapple so much.
Of course,
pineapple.
Remember, is that Udi Hill? The Udi Hill runs that plateau that runs up to the plateau. It's part of that chain of hills. So the weather around your area, you have that Table Mountain thing in your area. So the temperature is cool. It's cooler than people living down.
Exactly. But the irony of it is there is no road. There's no motorable road. You know, so most of their farm produce they spoil. Most of their produce got spoiled before they carry it on the head to the market. You understand? Because it is the situation. Because it is the situation. I remember when we were young, I used to go to the village. It is the same environment, the same everything.
Nothing changes. 50, so nothing changes.
And Ike Kweremadu is from the senatorial zone.
Wow.
At his village, at Mpu, he tied the whole road. He collected money from federal government.
I went to campaign. I went to campaign in front of. They said we couldn't go to the village. They said, "Chid, if you go to the village, this one, that one," because I took my campaign to his village. Of course, we're streaming live so that if anybody touches us, people will see. We went in front of his gate. We did our campaign there. And I saw that time they were doing. There's a construction company now that was there. They were doing the road.
Yes.
They were doing the road. I saw it.
Road.
I saw it.
His road. The road leading to his village.
I saw the road. They did it.
Other neighboring village has been neglected all this while. So they've been playing politics with our people. During election, polling booths will reach everywhere during election, you know. But after election, they will just abandon the people.
I know.
You see,
you're right. They know how to. They know how to reach the. They know how to reach the most remote place to go there and collect a vote from the people when it's time for election. But when you're not, this road you're talking about right now, when you ask them why they didn't go to some place, they say there's no road. But on the day of election, Moto went to the people to vote.
People, they will find road. They will find road. So you see, they've been playing politics. Even lights there, it was the we contributed money to provide light for the village. There is nothing, no government presence, nothing from government. It doesn't exist. So that I just said, these people, they're never ready, you know. But with the emergence of P2B and with the beavers, I was hoping maybe change will come so that I will be relieved. Because if I tell you how many people that's under my payroll, you will be shocked, you know. So I was trying to, okay, let's get better. If Nigeria go better,
let me
I've been here almost 32 years.
Let me tell you something. And I don't want this broadcast to degenerate into that, because you know I'm not an obedient. I have my political, but you see, even in that, people like me, we're not bragging when we tell you we've been there, done that, and we have a little bit of experience based on what we have faced. You see, even with the coming of P2B, it's fine, but the movement will have to go through its own process. There are certain things that we are telling them that they didn't understand, or they just saw it as someone like Shore is attacking, someone like Shore is, but it's not. Look, right now, there are some dynamics that a lot of you were not talking about before. Like right now, this sentiment of there's Labour Party and there's Obedient. Obedient is not Labour Party. Me, I'm just laughing because, like, let me be watching you. It's going to cause a lot of confusion. Okay, P2B is supporting somebody in APGA here. It's supporting somebody in PDP there. Supporting somebody, you know. And these are things I were trying to tell you people. When we said it's better to not, I won't. There's a way I will talk now. People say, "Are you supporting this person?" No. That's not. I'm just trying to say that this whole thing is a learning process. So people should be more accommodating when they hear views that are not exactly the views that they share, because politics is beyond what you see. It's complicated until the people, at the end of the day, what will solve this matter is when the people take the power by themselves into their hands. And that's why we talk about the revolution, but it could be a revolution in different ways. I commend the Labour Party, no doubt, for the way they pushed and they shook up the whole place, the seats that they won. Definitely, it has disciplined politicians out there. You see them going to, they go on the street, they go in the market, they go to church, they are doing all kinds of things. They never believed it was possible, you know. And this is what, when we started it under Take It Back movement, under Revolution Now, when we came out with our brand of party AAC, we were the thing that was not possible. But you see, in Labour Party, they're beginning to see that it is possible. When they say we didn't have structure, and we told them the people is the structure, that's the same thing that Labour Party adopted, and you see it working. So we're in a good place in terms of a political revolution, but it will translate, if they don't change and they keep pushing it to where it translates to the physical revolution. I hope they survive it, really. My brother, there's somebody has been calling. I'd like to take that other call too, but thank you so much for all your support, and let's keep engaging them until Enugu State becomes what we expect it to be, okay?
You're right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. Remember, you can still call in. I had someone calling. I'm going to call them back because they've been persistent. But you too can call and make your contribution. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We want to hear it. All those sentiments that they're expressing, bring it on. Let us see what you feel. Let us see how all that plays. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Austin. I'm calling from Italy.
Go ahead, Austin.
I thank you for your good work.
Thank you.
And there's something I want to say.
Say it.
Nigeria, it will take years before Nigeria will open their eyes. Because Now, first in Nigeria passports. Yeah, anyhow you hold Nigeria passport in any country, you know that you are holding danger. Because when you present your Nigeria passport, it's a danger. No doubt about that one. And secondly, this OB, and also OB is a very nice man, and he will try for Nigeria. But due to the problem of Nigeria now, if Nigeria can hear people, due to the problem of Nigeria now more yellow show would they go fit tackle all your problem.
Okay.
Because Obi, he has a mind to do some certain things in Nigeria, but it's still, because it is only a show or more yellow show that we tackle, whether you be ex-governor, president governor, senator, or whosoever that we tackle them with their corruption area. Because before Nigeria can go further to say yes, we are developing or in terms of infrastructure and whatsoever, let we go back to our traditional way. Let we keep this Christianity aspect first. Let we go back to our traditional way, because if you want to govern us as a governor, any position you come and swear with juju that come out in your community.
You want people to swear with juju now?
Yes, because they believe that the moment they put their hand in Bible will not kill them that moment. But let them come and swear with you and drink for it. May you see no one politician with that to steal 1 naira.
Abi.
And you are talking about Enugu just now. Maybe I did not hear you right. You said there's no water in Enugu.
No, see, Enugu, they've not had pipe-borne water for a very long time. We've not had pipe-borne water at all. It was there before, but now there's no water running in Enugu. I'm telling you, no water. It's you can't believe it. People still buy water from tanker.
Where I ask that question is that because there is a governor, senators, a local government chairman, but in their own personal heart there is water.
Of course. Okay, I see what you mean.
The people that you are serving, there is no water.
Now you be the servant too. Now you be servant. It be like, do you know what? See, it's good you say this thing now. Let me tell you what it is in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the people are the big house. The people are the big house, living in the main house, and the leaders are supposed to be the servants in the house. Not to put anybody down, but you know, the cleaners, the security men, the gardeners. These are supposed to be the public servants. That's what they are supposed to be. That's why their salary is not much, you know. But in Nigeria, what happens is that people now, the people who are supposed to be leaders, they now become the ogas. They become the boss, and the people that they are leading now become the ones that are the servants, and that is not fair. That's not fair at all.
You know why that normally happen in Nigeria? Because in Nigeria, because when you look at 2020, October 2020 NSAS protest, when someone to keep people for the Lekki toll gate, and okay, look at the case of Obi, Atiku, and Tinubu. Combine all of them together, they shattered 47 SAN. 47 SAN. We had 47 SAN, which they shattered. And one say it's not shattered. 47 SAN. The court of law is not working. It's just like a community. It's just a women meeting. When judge with other statement, no one will respond. We have some SAN. The country is going down. There is no SAN to come out to say no. This is not what the constitution said. But when there is a problem, we have many SAN.
Okay, my brother. I just want to focus. Thank you so much for calling. I want to just focus on Enugu governorship election now. But you see, I really appreciate people calling in. The thing is, people are frustrated about what is going on in Nigeria. But I just want to focus for this governorship election. I want to focus on Enugu State and also Lagos State. Lagos State, we can talk about Lagos State, but my focus right now is Enugu State. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Chidi. Good
Yes.
evening from here.
Good evening, please. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mr. Amici, I'm calling from Germany.
Go ahead, Mr. Amici. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, okay, yeah. On the issue of what is going on in like I said the last time, was it yesterday that you hosted similar program?
Yes.
You know, the four leading candidates, honestly, there is nothing to write home about. I know about them. I was just watching the Labour Party guy. You could see he cannot even make any, even the way he was talking, I say, God, are we caused in Enugu? I don't know. Is it the only person we can manage if Enugu will be smart enough? See if they can try someone like Frank Nweke, not Peter Mba. That Peter Mba, the guy looks like these are a bunch of Ebano is deep in his blood. It's like bringing another bloodshed in Enugu. You understand what Chimaroke and his group perpetrated in Enugu, 99 to 2007. We cannot forget it in a hurry. You know, and the kind of amount of money I had the man spent. That man is not coming to bring any. I saw his company in Lagos. It's not coming to bring anything to the table. It's coming to loot the state. Then you have a cover to say I was a self-made man. I had $1 billion before coming to politics. That was the same narrative they used when Chimaroke, when he was looting. People are saying he was a self-made man in USA. Blah blah blah. And I read somewhere how United States government seized $40 million from him. The money he looted from Enugu. Go to Enugu State. I don't know what is so difficult. Why is it that no governor can say, okay, I can generate 300,000 liters of water in every blessed day? It should be enough, at least. I was reading somewhere, the outgoing governor was saying, now in Enugu metropolis, they can generate 30,000 liters of water. I nodded my head. I said, God, are we cost? And I read somewhere that he collected $50 million from the National Assembly. Was given to provide from a foreign bodies or from National Assembly. I don't know. I read it somewhere and I heard Kuremada alluded to it. Now this man is living, nothing to show for it. I don't know what is wrong with I don't know whether their state is cost or look at the foreigners. None of them. It will take the grace of God for any of them to come and just decide to work. And the person that might work is the person that didn't spend much to become governor. If you the kind of money that was spent to become the PDP flag to become a PDP flag bearer in Enugu, Enugu should never gamble with Peter Mba. It will be the worst gamble. They will gamble with that guy. It will be the worst. Okay. It will be the worst. If any people can manage Frank Nweke, or at worst, I don't even like the Labour Party guy. I'm from Enugu West too. Before anybody, I'm not. We are the people who don't have much interest in what is happening. It's between Nkano and Nsukka people. So I can tell you that whoever I'm choosing, I'm being fair, dispassionate. I'm not taking side. I'm an Udi man. Sullivan is from our side. But if they can try Frank Nweke, he looks like somebody that can walk. That the Labour guy, I used to feel that they should be given they should give him a try. But when I watch his video, man, I was disappointed. This person I want to handle Enugu State. He cannot even he was talking uncontrollably. He cannot even make a very good statement. Okay, he was commissioner for environment. Look at how dirty Enugu is. Now I saw him in one video. He was claiming it is the job of S1. Is S1 not under Minister of Environment? Is S1 not under Minister? You can see the kind of people he just what the Labour guy is banking on P2B's the Labour Party wave. Secondly, because he's from East and based on they say in Nsukka people that were sent to Enugu East, he can use it and bank on 7 local government from Nsukka people. And because Enugu Metropolis is not Enugu people, so no, most of them are non-indigenous. You understand? And they might likely allow the Labour wave to vote that guy in. But instead of Mba, I can even make to with the guy. You understand? I'm just sorry for Enugu. You cannot see people you contest. At least if you listen to Dr. Alex Oti in Abia, you could see. I watched his interview. You could see he was. You know this one. He has something upstairs. I go to Dr. Ifeanyi Odo in Ebonyi State. A very sound professor. Listen to his interview. You know this one has something to offer. Even the PDP guy in Ebonyi. But go to Enugu, the four of them, they only Frank Wake that I can manage. But unfortunately, it appears as if the APGA does not have that strong structure. I don't know if Frank had known, he would have joined Labour Party. It would have been a very, very, very easy for him to win. You understand? But imagine making him back. Every time I see him trying to mingle with people, you could. I see Chimaroke in his face. I used to, whenever I'm not looking at Chimaroke, and these people are heartless. And we know, of course, you know how the Labour Party guy that. We know. I don't want to call anybody's name, but any sensible person will know who killed the Labour Party guy. Some people who put their pleasure in shedding blood. You cannot argue with somebody without killing the person. You can't argue without snuffing life out of it. Let us see how PDP will win Enugu East. That is, I don't like the PDP guy, man. When I heard the kind of amount that was spent to get that flag, and the kind of company
how much was spent so that our viewers will know?
No, I think I read somewhere that he spent, I think, about 6 billion naira. Of course, because the way he cleared everything without it, like his opponent got to one vote. Of course, you will know. Of course, you will know because Wike accused the PDP national chairman of giving the ticket to the highest bidder. So these people, they are just coming to Enugu to control the looting, the normal looting. Enugu is in a pity. Imagine now, everybody now is now referring to Sullivan. Sullivan's tenure as the best Enugu have had. Imagine. And why Sullivan had that achievement was simply because he didn't spend much money in becoming governor. I heard it was Chimaroke that sponsored him, funded everything, hoping to control him. But the guy was able to.
Who was hoping to control him?
No, I heard why Sullivan succeeded was because he didn't spend much in becoming governor.
Okay.
It was Chimaroke that funded him, used the state money to fund him. He was hoping to control him.
But you know that normally, and that's what generally we're trying to control. What we're trying to change is this system of, if the governor picks you, then that's it. That's how it used to be in Enugu.
That's how it used to go.
Even the process that produced Sullivan was also faulty.
Yeah. That's what I say. Sullivan succeeded because.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How do you see this system of rotating and say? I was just telling somebody that, saying that somebody is the turn of somebody from this area, somebody from that area, another turn in a democratic process. It makes it difficult for the right thing to be done. Yes, it makes it difficult to get the best, and then you would have to wait 24 years after.
Exactly. Look, with what the obedient movement, with what they brought now, time will come. People will no longer, there's a candidate that will come out and be able to win the heart of the people. People will be tired of all this rotation. Look at in Abia. Go to Abia now. It has gone through the whole zone. In a real sense, Alex Oti is not even supposed to contest. If he had wanted the rotational list. But people say, okay, for the past 24 years, these guys have failed. Alex Oti is not from the right vote, because the zone they are supposed to allow Abia North. But it will be almost impossible.
But you also know that these agreements are done within the parties. It is not the people that come together. See, there's never been a time, I doubt it, that the people will come together and say, this is what we want. It is usually the dominant political party that makes their decision within their party. But because of their dominancy, once they now come out and say it, it becomes adopted, or it's being taken by something that is a general consensus of the people. But the people were not there when you were taking that decision. We were not there when you were making the decision.
Yeah. Yes, look, the only person that can disrupt those zones, if we're able to have a vibrant, for instance, I'm from Udi. If we're able to have a vibrant guy from Udi that is able to win the heart of the people of Enugu, Enugu people will say, look, all this, we are tired of all those zoning. Let us give this young man a try. And if they give the person a chance, and is able to work and convince the issue of zoning will just die natural death. It just that natural death. Yeah, because this zoning is producing
mediocre. Yes.
Imagine. Yes, and
it was the zoning that produced Buruburu.
Sullivan. Exactly, it was the zone. That's why I'm telling you that it is zoning, but the zone produced Buruburu. Yes, unfortunately, it messed up. It was the same zone that produced Sullivan. Like I say, why Sullivan? Whatever achievement he achieved was simply because he didn't spend much money in order to become governor. He didn't spend. And shouldn't they not make the mistake of, because this guy is from my side and voting somebody who allegedly spent billions to become a flag bearer. Enugu is gone. Enugu should try the APGA guy, or at worst they can manage the Labour guy. But that Labour guy look empty. He's just been pushed.
Well, but also, you can't. They say you can't judge a book by the cover. But of course, that's the essence of this program. We want people to come and talk about their candidates. So I respect the choice of candidates.
Like I say, I'm from Moody.
No, I mean when I mean having candidates, at least you just talked about your preference. That's what we're talking about. It's not even about voting. Yes. You're talking about your preferred. You're not going to vote. You're not in Nigeria, so you're just expressing yourself. But I'm just saying also that the Labour guy, when you're talking about the way he talks and all that, it's not just
his video. Nothing. Sullivan, I know Sullivan is a very calm and very quiet. Sullivan even talks. Sullivan is a very calm type. This one, I said, and this guy was a former local government chairman, was a former member of the House of Rep, and was a commissioner, I think, for 4 years. For 8 years. So I had he's been a commissioner since 2015. I say, God, is it the best Enugu can offer? But like you say, it's not good to judge, because when Sullivan, when he came in, nobody knew he would be able to work. That's why I say Enugu should not make the mistake of giving those that have spent billions. They are just waiting behind to start to loot the state. These people, they don't have conscience. If you say have business, how many people Enugu people have you employed? How many industries have you attracted to Enugu? You cannot attract it as an independent person. Okay, and you took it to another state. How many persons? Let's assume it's not a criteria, but how many persons have you been able to employ in your state? That's why I say it's a shame that Enugu is so strategic, because we are lucky. Enugu was a former Eastern capital, so well planned. You see double lane, unlike double lane. What they just need is a governor that has foresight, that will not say, because I'm not from Enugu capital. That's the difference between Sullivan. Sullivan in Udi is not been. Udi people didn't like Sullivan because he didn't adopt Chimaroke's style. Chimaroke's development was based on his in Nkano, but Sullivan came and worked on the state capital. You understand? So Enugu is a very, just work on the state capital. I think they should be able to. If they don't, they should be able to at least 300,000 liters of water should be able to be pumped every day in Enugu, and empower youth to go into businesses, help to reduce the level of poverty. What is there? State like Ebonyi, that they never had a state or federal president. Enugu enjoying the Eastern region development. We are not supposed to lack. The last time I traveled, I was just going and I saw a state that is in need of development, and the population increase in Enugu. A sensible leader would also give a very good infrastructure. Produce a lady. There's a lady one of the radio programs. She was talking there. She said, if they can have constant water running in Enugu, there will be population explosion in Enugu. What do you want? You will be able to raise more tax. There will be industries. Because people would like to invest with their population. Just give the neighboring environment. Yesterday I was going through the list of states with the ease of doing business. I think Enugu Enugu is in number 27 or 32. I nearly shed tears. Now, what they are saying, if any investor is coming now, you have to pass from 20 on after 2016 before you consider Enugu. Why is it that we are a governor that has something upstairs? What are those criteria? Yes, what are those criteria that will make my state at least top 10 at worst?
Let me. You see, when and of course, you know, people like me, we've talked after my campaign. I've exhausted, like I've talked so much about Enugu. It's in my fingertips, you know. So, like, just if I'm discussing with people, I don't. When they say, Chidi, how do you know, or do you know much about Enugu? I just laugh, because if you are going to run for governor, you have to do your research, right? And they have to come up with so many things.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, Enugu, there is so much potential, and there's so much that could have been done for Enugu. It's just waiting for the right leader. Look at Night Mile. Look at Night Mile, for instance. That Night Mile has been a gold mine just lying there. Diamond, just in terms of business.
Okay.
Look at Night Mile.
Exactly.
Look, let me tell you something. If you were to turn Night Mile into a trade, my plan was to turn Night Mile into a trade, free, what do they call it? Tax-free.
Free trade zone.
Yeah, free trade zone, that kind of thing. Have it just develop. What does it take? You know, just clear the land. Do what they call it, service. Just service the place. Put road and service in it. There are people that will just come there and take up shops. The people will just build like a wholesale market. People that come from the north that want to go down to Onitsha, they don't have to go down to Onitsha. They will stay in Night Mile, do their shopping, and go back. Have a mighty trailer. Make it comfortable. So those trailers are parked on the street, they will go inside and they will rest. Just make it comfortable for them. Wherever they spend a longer time, they will start to do business there. Bring things straight from Dubai and land there. Make an international airport in that place. They don't have to come inside Enugu. Do all the heavy businesses there. And guess what? It will now, Enugu will become more developed, more civil, because it will be the revenues that are being generated from whatever is being done in Night Mile is what will be servicing the economy of Enugu State. But you just allow people have been passing through that Night Mile for years and years and years. They will pass with their goods, with their big businesses. They'll pass through your state and go and do it elsewhere. Then they'll turn around again, pass through your state, and you can't hold them down. That's not good.
That's what I'm telling you. So we have been from between 1999. Most of the people governing Enugu are mediocres.
People will travel. People will travel all the way from Jos, pass through Enugu to go and buy something in Aba, pass through Enugu to go back. Can you imagine?
That's it. And for over how many years Enugu has, you know, there is this Enugu is used to this word, a civil service state. None of them has ever thought, okay, let me turn this state to at least an industrial, like I can industrialize, and it's a policy. First of all, like what I say, the ease of doing business. Any person coming to invest in Nigeria will first of all go through the ease of doing business. At least, what's stopping Enugu from being at least number 5? Or even number 5, the first state. That first, it will attract the investors. And it's where there is security, if you need land, no double taxation. These are things that, but unfortunately, the people will have. And I think the mistake was that people never believed that the military will hand over in 1999. The reason why criminals took over, hijacked the government. If people had known that the military will hand over, it's not going to be maybe the Shagari time that they spent only 4 years. Many people, it was so the few ones that gambled that hijacked the government. That's why they swore never to allow a decent person to come in. Just imagine when I saw the face of the front runners. You don't see. I'm the type that I'm always passionate. Anything I want to put I'm always passionate. I want a better Southeast. I want a better Enugu, where somebody can relocate from abroad and say, okay, I'm coming back. to stay here.
That's what Enugu was. Now, if you came into Enugu, it was like you were abroad. The streets were nice and quiet. Go to GRA, you won't blow your horn. GRA was quiet. Yeah. Look at the zoo. They converted the zoo into an estate, very tight estate with roads. And they now give the roads the names of the animals. So now you have Zebra Road, Lion Road inside the zoo. They remove the animal.
That's what I'm telling you. Chimaroke's group they looted the states, and he looted without mercy, and was not ready to entertain any opposition. And I think Enugu you can see he's been staying far from the PDP guy, but he knows that he's not loved in Enugu. Nobody likes him. If not, why is there? If I had opportunity, I would have asked that Mba. Why are you not going around with Chimaroke to endorse you? Some of us, we see powers in this world. Highest, in a short, everybody will leave this world. It's only the legacy, what you do for people, that people will remember you for. People will remember you for. Look at who go to Enugu, say the state is so dirty under Buruburu. So dirty. I say, what is wrong with this man? What is wrong with this man? It's unfortunate. I just pray people will be smart enough to vote. Let's give Frank Wiki. And that he looks Frank Wiki should let us try him. The other if they refuse, okay, they can just manage the labor guy because I'm sure he won't spend much money. But that person has spent billions. You hand over your state to him. Anyway, it's a pity. It will be disaster. And the worst is that they won't even allow you to say anything against the government. They'll just come and slaughter you in your house.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the contribution. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Yes. All right, my people. We're talking about Enugu State. Like I told you guys, charity begins at home, and I'm looking into my state to see what's happening there. I wish we had a serious AAC candidate, because we always do things differently. But unfortunately, this year we do not have a good candidate. We sacked him in December, and I think he has even. I don't even think he's still in the country, okay, because he was not a serious human being. But it is what it is. Right now, the front runners are the APC, the APGA, the PDP, and the Labour Party. Okay, that's what we have right now. And incidentally, these are it is from amongst these four people. It is hoped, because we're not sure, but it's among these four people. It is hoped lies the incoming governor of Enugu State. Also, okay, I think the StreamYard, not the YouTube. We're still posting our StreamYard so that anybody can sign in if you want to. Let me post it again. I'm going to post the StreamYard link. What it means, the studio link. If you want to come in and talk, because I'm going to be ending this show very soon. But if you want to come in and talk, there is the number. I posted it on the chat. I will also, no, this is the link for you to join me. But I will also post a number. It's 1647-989-2837. This will be the number that you can call to air your opinion. The last person that spoke said he prefers Frank Wenke Jr. Is that the candidate that you prefer, and why? Some other person prefers Chijioke Edoga of Labour Party. Frank Wenke Jr. is of APGA, but some other person prefers Edoga of Labour Party. Another person prefers Uche Nnaji of the APC, and yet another person prefers Peter Mba of the PDP. But who do you prefer? Who do you think should be in the position of leadership in Enugu State as their governor? Who has the right qualifications? Excuse me. Or if you choose, what are the parameters for choosing that person? We would like to know, because it will help us to make an informed judgment. The people who are going to vote programs like this are to make them to help them take decisions. So, and the most you can, if you think the person you like is not getting enough airspace, that's why you're listening to me. You come in and be their voice and speak on their behalf. Okay. So I see the comment in the comment section. Frank all the way. Okay. You see, this person is promoting Frank. This person is promoting Frank, and you can also promote your own candidates. We'll continue doing this as the elections draw near. So please stay with us, forward this video, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Yesterday, we had invited the 4 candidates and they couldn't make it, but it was an interesting discussion. I enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed myself, and I hope you can go and get that clip and watch that video and get a sense of what happened yesterday. All right, I'm going to close here. That's the best place to close. And whatever we didn't do today, we have tomorrow to do it. Okay? So please bear with me. We will close here. Sorry about that. We had a freeze in the transmission. I don't know what happened. It's asking me to reload this site, but it's okay. We'll just stop here. All right. On behalf of Dr. Erica, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Please share our video and share the next flyer that we have. Bye-bye for now. And what have I forgotten to say? Have I said everything I usually say? Have I? Okay. Spending the ta-na-na-na-na. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you, Sims. Thank you, everybody who supports us. Thank you very much.